Hello everyone, Mahojo here. Today I'm going to be giving my opinion on what I think Kamala Harris's chances are in the 2024 US general election now that Joe Biden has dropped out and she's replaced him. Today I'm going to be using two very useful websites that I use quite a lot. First one's called 538, here it is, notifies you that Joe Biden's dropped out, but this actually hasn't updated yet, so it still shows Trump and Biden here. Recently, obviously, you can see that Trump pipped out 3 points ahead of Biden, which hadn't happened before, and this is probably one of the things that led to him dropping out. But yeah, you can see all the polls they collate here. This is a poll aggregator, so you can see almost every reputable poll and they vet them down here, and you can see that for the past 7 days, or arguably the past 2 weeks, Harris has actually been polling better against Trump than Biden. You see here neck and neck with him on the 15th to the 16th of July by Ipsos. That was Ipsos are a pretty reputable pollster, and if you work your way down here, 39, 40, Trump up 1, Biden's got a few, most of them, basically all of them, Trump's ahead. She's down by 5 there, but still, that's the vice president. You're going back 2 weeks now. See, Trump up by 1, July 15th, he's up by 4. And then you go down and she's pretty close. Obviously, neither of them are ahead right now, but the fact that she was closer than Biden and she was the vice president and she was almost polling head to head with Trump. Now that she is the candidate, I think that bodes really well. Okay, this is 270 to win. This is a different website. They give you an interactive map where you can actually change the states. You can click them and make them all different scores. But this is their prediction. I've got safe, likely, and leaning. You got a few swing states here: Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. I think that is. And you see down here, the best thing, my favorite thing about this website, it shows you every single winning combination that could be needed and could be done by Democrats or Republicans. And the thing was, again, this is with Biden, it didn't update yet when I filmed this. And down there, as you could see, there was only one single winning combination of states with this prediction, looking at the swing states where the Democrats could win. Here it is. Here's the one single combination. They needed to win the vote in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and they were all swing states, and that's the only way they could have got 270 electoral college votes. You see here, Republicans only had to win any of them. So Republicans had to win any of those 3 states in the upcoming election, and the Democrats had to win every single one of them, which was looking very unlikely. Specifically in those swing states, specifically Pennsylvania, which has the most electoral college votes up for grabs. You can see the numbers there. Kamala specifically was doing quite a bit better than Biden. So those are 2 reasons that they've probably decided to go ahead with this, specifically looking at the stats. So just on the numbers game, it looks like Kamala has significantly better chances in this upcoming election than Biden. But there are also qualitative factors to it. Obviously, like, you can look at the quantitative stuff, but aside from that, Kamala, I think one big factor will be her lightness, the light sort of unserious way she goes about things. I think for someone like Donald Trump, in this debate especially that's happening in early August, for someone like Donald Trump, it'll be hard to deal with someone like Kamala Harris. I don't know if you've seen much of her about, but basically she's a very quite strange, kind of crazy, quite unsettling person, but unsettling in this strange way where, like, she makes you laugh. She laughs all the time. She has a big, loud laugh, and she just laughs constantly. She has this kind of, like, kooky ant vibe. She just doesn't take things very seriously. You can tell she really loves life. She just has fun, like, all the time. Even though she has a very serious job and she's very busy, you can just tell that she has fun and tries to enjoy herself. And if you imagine someone like Donald Trump, a narcissist, on stage with someone like her, or like arguing with someone like her at like a rally or whatever, on like an interview, whatever they do, and imagine if she just laughed at him. Like, Joe doesn't do that. Like, Joe couldn't do that. He has this too much self-seriousness to just like laugh him off or like really take the piss. But like, imagine how he'd react. For example, in this early August debate, imagine if Trump was saying something and Kamala interrupted him just by laughing. Like, I feel like that would really get under his skin, and I feel like the energy and like the anger that would provoke, and the fact that she probably could provoke him a lot, would make Trump look really bad. I feel like if you're against someone who is not emotionally mature and they can't really control their emotions that well, I feel like he's gonna have a lot of embarrassing moments. And obviously the fact that she's a lot younger, that's the main thing, really, isn't it? I haven't even mentioned that yet, but that's why she's polling so well and all that. She's not young in terms of, younger than average, but She's 59. So, literally, just the fact that she's below the age of 60 and she can speak is good to most Democrats right now. So, I feel like this shows maturity, to be honest. I know I'm joking around, but I do actually think that this does show an iota of maturity by the Democratic Party, that they have actually listened. It seems like they were receptive to what people were saying, and everyone knows what like Democrats and like modern capitalist neoliberals are like. They are allergic to like radical change. And the fact that after all this pressure, they did actually listen to people and really, really push Biden to step down, and he has. And now there's a black woman that counts for a lot as well. The fact that she's a black woman, someone who is on paper. There's people who've done this. People who are nerdier than me. This isn't my research, but nerdy people have tracked her voting behavior in the past term in the Senate, because she's a senator, right? She's not a rep. She's a senator, and her voting record in the Senate apparently is the most left wing voting record out of anyone else there. There's 100 people, I think, in the Senate, and she is the most progressive person there when it comes to all the bills. I haven't really delved into that, but hopefully I think that person is quite left leaning, so I'll take them at their word on that. So I think the fact, again, she's a black woman and she's relatively progressive, that'll energize progressive voters. And also the fact that progressive voters are so fucking done, it will be a bit of a breath of fresh air to bring them back in. This will be something to grab their attention and grab their attention again. I mean, because progressive voters are so fucking done with the Democrats after Biden's aiding and abetting of the Palestinian genocide, or this phase of the Palestinian genocide. Progressives are just so done after that, and they're also done after Biden basically doing nothing about the overturning of Roe v. Wade, which was the landmark justice decision that protected women's right to have an abortion in America. And that was, I don't know if you missed it, but that was overturned late-ish last year, autumn last year, might have been summer, by a Republican Supreme Court. And there are a couple of things Biden could have done about that, but he basically did nothing, and pretended he did everything. So progressives and leftists are so done with the Democratic Party, more done than they've been before. So the fact that you've got someone who isn't Joe Biden, and even though Kamala, obviously, she was involved, it was more Biden who took the flak for aiding and abetting that genocide. And again, that phase of the genocide. But you've got someone else in who isn't Biden. She's relatively progressive. She's a black woman. That'll bring in so many of the progressive voters that they've lost. That'll be an extra few percent on the polls, probably, because they've probably lost several whole percentage points of progressive voters, which is probably one of the main reasons why Biden is somehow polling below Trump. Obviously, the age is one factor, but obviously that's not it. The way that they have handled the country in the run-up to this election so far has been abysmal. The way that Joe Biden's handled it has been abysmal. It's not just the age thing. It's several factors, and all of them being shit. So yeah, because, again, let's think about the bars here. Let's think about the levels here. Donald Trump is a convicted felon, and it is confirmed that he is a sexual predator. It's confirmed after these Epstein leaks and after the what's her name? Really sorry, I'm blanking on her name. I'll put it in the description. But that journalist, he sexually assaulted, and she sued him. And earlier this year, he was successfully sued. So that's not beyond a reasonable doubt, and it's not a criminal case. So he wasn't sent to jail, but she successfully sued him when the judge could rule that he probably did sexually assault her. In a legal sense, that is now official that he almost definitely did. Well, sorry, it was very likely that he did assault her. And this is the person he's against, and he was losing. There is more than one reason for that. It takes a lot to lose this badly against Trump at this point, and getting those progressive voters back will do a lot to repair that. Also, specifically women, not women progressive voters, even though women are more progressive on average. Specifically women, a lot of women have left the Republican Party and have left the right, because of Roe v. Wade. And even though it's weird, it's been one of Republicans' flagship policies for decades, but now it's actually been repealed. They found out how unpopular it is. The majority of Republicans, I think, in most states don't actually want an abortion ban because it's stupid. Nobody wants an abortion ban. Men don't want it either. Even sexist men don't want to have to, like, get a girl knocked up or whatever. They just want to sleep around. So nobody even wants this. So women, for more serious reasons, even if they were in the Republican Party, again, it's only a fraction, but a significant percentage have left. And this is something that could possibly drag a few over, because Kamala, more than Joe, has been very much on the abortion issue. And she has explicitly said that she will codify it into law instead of it just being a judicial decision. So it can't be overturned. It's an actual law saying nationwide, federally, that women have a right to abortion. So that'll be big. The point I made in the last video about Biden taking advantage of the increasing quality of the economy that will come with almost in the bag mortgage interest rate cuts at the end of this month, July, in the US and the UK. This will probably, for reasons I explained in my last video, get the economy growing more quickly, and although it won't be done in a proportional or fair way, things for people in America will start to get better. Now, that was already an advantage for Biden, but now that he's out of the race, and you've got this sort of coincidental timing where right at the end of July, Kamala's now in the race, even though she's not actually the president, like she's not the incumbent yet, I still just think psychologically the fact that the economy will start first improving on paper. You're going to have reports of the economy improving in early August when, all the numbers start doing good, the stock market starts doing good. And then probably when you get into the start of September, like normal people will start feeling the effects, and in a practical sense, the economy will actually get better. People actually start feeling it. And you'll probably have even more reports where if they do 2 rate cuts in a row, which they might, because they've actually been able to stave off inflation pretty well. So it seems like they might be able to do 2 interest rate cuts 2 months in a row. And if that happens sort of straight after Kamala is made the candidate, I still feel like that'll just have a psychological effect on people where they'll just associate Kamala with positivity and good things happening and strength and stability. That might sound a bit silly, but voters do get quite weird about economics and how they perceive, like, whose fault, like, certain economic things are, and, like, who has caused certain economic things. It's very, like, psychological. It's not, like, a very logical, well, it's psychological, but it's not a very logical, sort of straightforward, concrete thing. So I feel like that'll really work in her favour. There's quite a few things that work in her favour. So I do definitely think that Kamala has a much better chance than Biden did. But I still don't think it's a strong lead. I would say, so last video I updated my prediction from 60-40 Biden to 60-40 Trump to 55-45 Trump. But now I would say there is probably 55-45 to Kamala in terms of percent. So that's good. Good news. I had a little bit of good news for once. I'm hopeful. I've got hope, and if you're a doomer, a political doomer out there, you should have hope as well. So yeah, not a quick little video. I can never do a quick little video. I always go on for ages. But yeah, thanks for watching if you did, or listening. I didn't really have much footage here. But yeah, thanks. See ya if I see ya. Bye bye.